welcome to T.F.C. We're doing another product review that's going to go on one of the vehicles that we have. Hey, if you guys like our reviews, like our recipes, like our content, hit subscribe. Help a brother out. Not cheap. Really. Hit subscribe now. Alright, so what we're going to talk about is the FOCAB FDP 6.900. This is the remake of the FOCAB 6, I don't remember. Look it up. This is the remake of it. So what FOCAB is accomplished is 150 watts RMS. Those who know RMS, that's continuous power. Sure, it stands for something very important, but continuous power at 4 ohms. You need 200 watts RMS by 6 at 2 ohms. So if you run 2 ohm speakers, you can get 200 watts to each channel. This is an unbelievable amplifier. You get 150 watts RMS, 4 ohms by 4. Let me say that again. 150 watts, 4 channel at 4 ohms, and then you're gonna get 1 channel at 500 RMS. RMS. Say it again. So that's what power you're kicking. Let's do a little quick unboxing on this one. Also, you got input switches. You got 2 input switches. Routes for 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change it up between each one. You got a channel crossover configuration, full range signal. You have an active high pass filter with mid bass and tweeter, and you can copy 3 and 4 signal filters to change to channel 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. A lot of complication. That's why you have a book when you open the box. Read it. Read it. Let's get to the unboxing. FOCAB, the FDP 600 digital amplifier. We already went over the wattage. Very simple amp. Ooh, look at that. That's a very white plant right now. Look at that. I'm like a kid in the candy store. I like opening things up. Feels good. Feels sturdy. Oh, easy access to something. I don't know. Service. Feels good. Doesn't move too much. Like a little effort to get it to move. I guess that's to control your power clipping. Let's see. And there's a phone jack plug-in. Boom. Lots of cable. 2 phone pieces. Let's see what else we have here. See what else we have here. Look like it comes with mountain jacks. Mounts. Let's see what these mounts are about. And then hardware to do controlling. So let's see. This is a very sleek, elegant amp. Now we got the FDP 600 unboxed. Let's go over the details. This is a very fine machine metal. You can feel it. Has a nice little weight to it. Has curves. It's a sexy amp. It really is. It's a gorgeous amp. You got your heat fans to keep heat out in there at an angle. It's because heat rises. So they thought of everything. The heat will come through the sides. It's pretty sharp. This is a gorgeous amp. Oh my god. You gotta show this off. Comes with a mount. So you have let's see what we got. You can mount this down. Amplifier. The mount will slide in the sides right here. So imagine mounting this on a nice wall. You can put this amp everywhere. No screw holes, very clean install. Yes, it's made in China. French design, made in China by way to America. So the mount will sit down on it like this. Then your mount's here on the side. Secure everything in. Now here's the thing, they're ingenious. See how they got that little lip? They flush in. That is ingenious. And this mount will go down on there. And now your amp is installed. Also too, if you don't want to use the side mounts, you don't have to. You want it to float on the wall? 4 holes mounted. Put this on top of it. Screw it down. Flush mounted, floating in the air. That's unbelievable. Let's talk about control. I'm always a big fan of control and how they think about the consumer buying it. They do have them at an angle, so if you do have this amp mounted against the wall, you can access that a lot easier, which is pretty smart. Now, one thing I always tell people, you want to be careful when you're doing your power, because when you're at an angle, you can short circuit. Let me show you how. Be very careful. See, this is a better angle. Be very careful when you're putting this in there that you do not touch that like that. You be buying a new amp, this will weld to it, and that'll be the end of it. All right. See what we have. So we have RCA inputs. You get to select 2, 4, and 6 channel. Your horsepower, I'm just playing, that's high pass filter. Sub, you do bypass. If those don't know what bypass is, you shouldn't be buying this amp. You should do a lot more research. Then you can copy channel 3 and 4 to go into level 1 and 2. You have a lot of flexibility with this amp. It's completely unbelievable. It really is. You got bypass coming out of 1 and 2. So if you take in a signal for channel 1 and 2, it'll pass through, you can hit bypass. Drop your curve down on your high pass and have pure bass come out your sub. A lot of people gonna say some shit, make a comment. Those who don't really understand how they work, this amp is very flexible. You have a lot. You can power a whole system off this one amp. We'll be running 2 sets of 3-ways on this one amp. So we'll see how that goes. You have your battery. Now I would wish these was a little bigger. Right now, you're not gonna put anything more than 16 gauge in there. 8 gauge would be too big. So for very high current players, I probably wouldn't run this as a 2-channel to get all 5,000 watts out of it. What is it? 1, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,200 watts. 1,400 watts, right? 2, 6, 8, 1,000, 1,200 watts. You can run this 2-channel bridge, because you can high pass and sum it up. You actually run 2 subs off this amp too. It's an unbelievable amp. Look at that design. Very white playing in the background. Long story short, this is a highly capable amp. I highly suggest it. We will be hooking it up so I can give you a review on how it sounds. But I've owned FullCal before. We all know that the quality of FullCal is, you can't measure it. I rarely find anything that comes across as good as this. This is a beautiful amp. It is really like someone took the time to design an amp that looks good on the eyes. What they call it, pleasing on the eyes. They did it. The French know what they're doing. From the simple design of the fins at an angle so heat can roll up out of them, instead of the fins itself just getting hot, the heat is actually leaving to just flush them out in the side. It's crazy. Also, the easy mounts, easy way to put the mounts, put it on the wall, bam, mounts and float. So if I was you guys, I'll go out here, easily run it. I know this is not a cheap amp. This amp runs about $1,000. Right now you probably catch some good sales. I'm assuming that this FullCal Spirit of Sound lights up at night, which I think gives a radiant color. So at $1,000, the price tag is hefty. The flexibility, you should be able to do this. If you're gonna buy 2 amps, 3 amps to go inside your sound system, you're not trying to go super loud, you just want something really clean, maybe connect to a factory sound system into this one, this is your amp. You can run your components up front, your rear speakers, and then still leave plenty of bass power. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that boom, boom, boom. 500 watts to the rear, 100 watts to every channel other than that. And this is a buy, so this gives T.F.C. give this a thumbs up. Enjoy the recipe, hit subscribe.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another T.F.C. cooking video. Okay, so has anyone noticed how much I love pasta yet? Well, if not, then newsflash, yes, I love pasta. Now, if you're from New Orleans, you know there's a recipe called barbecue shrimp. For everyone else that's not from New Orleans, no, it's not barbecue sauce and shrimp mixed together. Although that might taste okay. Anyway, so it's a blend of seasoning mixed with Worcestershire sauce and butter. Lots and lots of butter. And it's served with bread on the side, so you can take your bread and sop up all of that good buttery sauce. I'll insert a picture here. I love that stuff, but like I said, I also love pasta. So I said to myself, there's gotta be a way to get that barbecue shrimp taste in a pasta. I've been tinkering with this recipe of mine for years, and after a lot of trial and error, I found the perfect barbecue shrimp pasta recipe. Let's get cooking. So we're gonna need to do a little marinating first. I have 2 pounds of raw shrimp that I already cleaned and deveined. To that, I'm going to add my Worcestershire sauce and Cajun seasoning. Put that in the fridge to marinate for 10 to 20 minutes. Now let's get started on our pasta. I'm using rotini pasta this time, but you could also use bow tie pasta or penne pasta, or even a fettuccine or linguine might work. But guys, stay away from the thinner noodles like spaghetti or angel hair. So cook your pasta according to package directions. I added some salt to my water. After about 10 to 20 minutes, take your shrimp out of the fridge. Let's heat up our awesome electric skillet to medium and add 2 tablespoons of butter. After the butter is melted, add in the shrimp. Cook your shrimp until no longer pink. Remove from the pan and discard any juice left over. I'm going to wipe out my skillet and start on our sauce. Add 4 tablespoons of butter and let that melt. Next, I'm adding in my cream. This is heavy whipping cream, guys. And remember, all of the ingredients and measurements are in the description box below. Now, here's the barbecue shrimp seasoning I was telling you about. I actually ordered mine on Amazon. I realized I tried to make this recipe a few days earlier and realized I didn't even have any barbecue shrimp seasoning. So Amazon came through in the clutch. So I got mine from Amazon. I'll place a link in the description box for where you can purchase it. I ended up using 3 tablespoons of barbecue shrimp seasoning, but in this shot you'll see I add only 2 to the cream. If you're not a fan of spicy food, start with 1 tablespoon of seasoning and work your way up from there. After that, I added in a secret ingredient. Barbecue sauce! Yes, I know. We already said that barbecue shrimp is not barbecue sauce and shrimp. It actually worked out pretty good. The barbecue sauce gives it an extra layer of flavor and dimension. It just... You're not going to taste it in there, so don't worry about your pasta tasting like barbecue sauce. It's not going to taste like that. I added in about a tablespoon, and that should be enough for this cream sauce. So I'm stirring all of that together, and as you can see, the cream sauce is pretty thin right now. So we're gonna let this cook down on medium heat for 15 minutes. The next ingredient I'm gonna add is 1 ounce of cream cheese. It'll help the sauce thicken and give the sauce some additional creaminess. Make sure you break up the cream cheese really good in the sauce so you don't have any lumps in there. I ended up adding another tablespoon of barbecue seasoning in my cream sauce, which is the total of 3. So I had a total of 3 tablespoons of barbecue seasoning in my cream sauce. Now after about 10 minutes or so, I'm coming back to check on it, and you can see how the sauce is cooked down and it's coating my spoon, right? We're almost there. Let's lower the temperature to low and add in our shredded Parmesan cheese. Remember that I said I've been working on this recipe for years? Well, I discovered that grated Parmesan tends to break apart and make the sauce kind of grainy. Shredded Parmesan gives it a better texture, so please use shredded. Pretty please, please, with a cherry on top. You won't be sorry. Now stir that around and add back in your cooked shrimp, but make sure to avoid adding in any juice from the shrimp. It's going to cause your sauce to separate. So Do not add in any juice that's left over from the shrimp you cooked. Finally, let's add in our pasta. Turn the heat off at this point, and after we mix it all together, we're gonna garnish this with some green onion and extra Parmesan cheese. Doesn't it look so good? Looks fancy and so tasty, all that cream. Ooh, can't wait. And there you have it. And now to Mr. T.F.C. with his final thoughts on this barbecue shrimp pasta.
Welcome back, T.F.C. family. If you like this video, hit subscribe, a like, a share, a post, and don't forget to hit notify so you know we upload new videos. Today we had a wonderful day today, and we're gonna end the day with barbecue shrimp pasta that Miss T.F.C. has cooked for us. Take a look at it. Like we have noodles and shrimp, green onions on top, and a nice cream butter-based sauce. Let's see. That's good. That's good. So don't forget, follow. Excuse me, y'all. Don't forget, try this recipe. This recipe is unbelievably good. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hit subscribe. Thank you, TFC family.